issues of professionalism are needed in every sector of life. In most cases, these issues are not easy to deal with, but because they are dilemmas that are affecting the way professionals have to do their work. My name is Oluk Margaret. I'm introducing group number 22, and our topic of discussion is dilemmas in software engineering. We are going to talk about the most significant dilemmas that have the common and evolved recent occurrences. In our discussion, we shall be looking at dilemmas and how they impact software engineers professionally, with case studies in some of them. Let me invite my groupmates to settle down with me and give you a full discussion of the topic.
First of all, we are going to start with an introduction of Group 22 and common to Oscar.
Margaret Oluk.
Very good evening, members. Welcome to this discussion on software ethics dilemmas. And this, ladies and gentlemen, this is Group 22. We are going to take you on an ethical ride. So please feel free to enjoy. And don't forget to comment below. Dilemmas aren't only individual, but they can also be organizational. We agree?
Yes.
Yes. So, as we come into this topic, you notice that there's quite a number of dilemmas. Some can come out due to pressure, some can because due to environmental challenges, and some due to lack of morals, just like that. So, way back to some literature, you find that in 1999, there is a project in the United States of America, and this project was an IT-based project regarding business systems modernization. And its aim was to upgrade the agency's IT infrastructure to as well as more than 100 of its smaller applications for that system. Now, the dilemma we are going to talk about under this case study is called Mission Impossible. Ladies and gentlemen, Mission Impossible means sometimes we tend to accept challenges without measuring the length that or the duration that those challenges will take. Okay? So back to the case study. These people started doing this work, but because they did not actually take a measure of the duration of this project, they found out that it took way longer than anticipated. And as such, the United States Treasury was able to lose billions of dollars. And you can actually document this from, you can reference it from CIO.com. www.cio.com, as that's the reference. Okay? So, what can be some of the consequences that can arise out of Mission Impossible project? Let me start by giving you two, and then maybe my colleagues will supplement on that. But basically, the consequences that can come out of Mission Impossible project is loss of qualified staff. In the way that these members of staff actually tend to lose their reputation because they deliver projects and at the end, maybe they can be sued. Okay? So they tend to run away to other companies where such dilemmas don't work, don't occur. Another important consequence is the loss of revenue. Yes, everyone can see that if you deliver such a product late, okay, it means that there's a premature product availability. You get it? What I'm saying is there is significant loss of revenue because if you don't deliver a product, if you deliver a product late, okay, the clients tend to do what? To run away from you, giving you contracts. So in the long run, you're not having what? Clients. So you're losing that revenue you would have got from what? From those clients coming to contract you. Can I is there anybody who has something to add on as in supplement this?
Yes. One of the other consequences of this dilemma is that clients may stop buying from the current product. Clients may stop buying the current product in anticipation of the new product arrival. In other words, clients may say no to the current product that the company or organization could be working on, anticipating that there is a new arrival that may come in. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we have very many dilemmas arising out of unethical standards in individuals or organizations. Now, mea culpa. So when we look at this term, it's not a Greek term like it looks. it is a term that means a scenario where staff members must deliver a product, yet that product still lacks some functionality. So ask yourselves, when does this happen? I think personally, is there anyone who knows how this happens? Okay. Do you know how this happens?
Yes.
When we get to deliver a product, like when that product lacks some key features, what could be some of those scenarios that can cause that?
One of the scenarios that can cause a product to be delivered with limited functionality or without all the needed functionality is the fact that the developers are put on pressure to complete the product in a specified period of time that is not enough for them to do and finish that kind of product. So in most cases, there is a lot of work that is to be done, and due to the pressure, the developers end up leaving out some functionalities just so to complete the product and deliver it to the client.
Yes. Now, in addition to that, some will also add up the causes of mea culpa may be due to poor design, in that when the project or the product is poorly designed, it may lead to delivering the system when most of the genuine functionalities are missing. Also, complexity of the master idea. first principle, if the project is complex, obvious that its delivery will lack a lot of functionality, and this will obviously result into ethical dilemma.
In addition to that, dominancy of market, maximizing sales. Everyone wants to make money out of their product. So if I know that if I deliver my product in 1 year, it's supposed to come out in 2 years, I know I'm going to maximize myself. And I'm going to get way more money at the start than probably later in the end. So I think maximizing sales and profit is also a very considerable reason.
In addition to that, lastly, I think poor risk assessment is a major cause in this mea culpa situation. So there is need to assess the risks properly, such that we deliver complete products. Because many times companies don't assess the risk involved in the delivery of product which is unfinished. So they think by delivering quickly, it is going to earn a larger market share. Yet in the long run, it's actually a very poor a very poor move. I think the effects. Please, let's talk about the effects, because it's very important to talk about the effects, since we've already seen the causes. On a bad note, these companies which engage in such unethical behavior tend to get a bad reputation. You see? In a way that, of course, nobody will like such a company thereafter. You give them a contract and then they give you a product which is it looks fully finished, but it lacks key functionality. There is also lack of a huge market share on the market. If there is a competing rival company, for example, which is for it provides a complete software, you give them your specification and they design it the way you actually wanted it to be. I don't think such a company will be compared to this one, which delivers products which lack which lack some functionality.
To add on that, in the worst case scenario of this dilemma, the developer could be exposed to penalties that are not very good. For example, they could be criminal penalties. Someone could end up in jail, which is not a good thing. So it's always better to find ways to avoid such situations that get us into bad situations like this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, since I already mentioned that we have a variety of dilemmas in this code of ethics, it is therefore important that we continue to the next ethical dilemma.
Thank you very much. My name is Oluk Margaret, and I'm going to take you through the rush job dilemma. This dilemma is that occurs when a developer working on a software product delivers software that is working to the client, but with low quality or with poor quality. This probably is due to the fact that the developers didn't take enough time to look at the requirements. They did not do the documentation, or they did not put enough effort to come up with the product. In this kind of dilemma, the programmer might always feel a lot of pressure to finish the product, because they want to deliver it, since the client wants the product with all the functionalities working. So in this case, the developers are on pressure to do a product or to make a product that is complete but with poor quality functionalities. this can be very bad in such a way that, telling you from an experience of a sales manager where I did my internship, one of the sales managers signed a contract to develop a software for a certain company, but then the manager was very sure that the deadline time for delivering that software product was so impossible. But because the client wanted that product by that time, the manager decided to agree. So in that case, the manager tried to put the developers on pressure to come up with this product, which eventually led them to make the product, and it had all functionalities, but they were of poor quality. That was not a very good experience to the owner of the product. And rush job always has some bit of mea culpa. The difference between the two is that in the mea culpa mode, developers deliver a product, although there is missing functionality, while in the rush job, the developers deliver a product, although it has missing functionality. While in the rush job, the developers deliver a product, but of poor quality. One of the consequences of this kind of dilemma is that it leads to demarketing of the company, because every other person, every other client would want to have their product being talked about, being of quality. I'm also going to talk to you to discuss about the not my problem dilemma. The not my problem dilemma occurs when developers ignore best practices such as productivity, quality, and the dilemma is called not my problem because members frequently will state the quality but leave responsibilities that they are not able to do to other people. It is such a dilemma that is not good because it always leads to incomplete products. This is because the developers are always looking at what they can do and leaving the rest to people that they don't know will do the product and complete. So always it leads to incomplete products for clients. Maybe one of you would want to talk more about not my problem dilemma.
So I think there is also lots of organizational value in this not my problem dilemma, because a disorganized company is the one where you find such issues. Now, if everybody takes their responsibility in the company in the right way, I think they wouldn't be pointing fingers. Such a scenario like pointing a finger, this one let me say that it's not my problem, then it goes to the other person. So when the public gets to know about such issues or companies having such issues, they tend to lose their market share. That's basically what I can say about not my problem.
Some other thing conclusively about not my problem dilemma is that it makes the developers lazy to do and also to learn other things that they could be able to do. Not my problem makes the developer feel like this is all I can do. Actually, it encourages specialization, which is not a really good thing, because as a developer it's always good to be diverse. It is always good to know a lot of things. Thank you very much.
My name is Mutanga Abbas. Thank you, Madam Maggie. you through cancelled vacation. Cancelled vacation, as the statement states, it's all about cancelling vacations. Here, you find that the manager or the employer may cancel the vacation that was planned, in order to finish a certain product, rather to meet time, to meet the time in which the product has to be delivered. I would maybe also give a highlight on the causes of such an ethical dilemma, and one of them is poor planning. If at all they poorly planned for the development of a certain product, it means that such dilemmas will come in, just like the way it says it's cancelling the vacation of the employees. Another cause can be change in methodology of using the methodology used to produce the product. Take a scenario when at first you're using, let me say, you're following a waterfall kind of life cycle, then or other methodology, then due to such a scenario they want to deliver products very fast, you resort to rapid application development. So still I'll have to take you through the effects of such, what results from such a dilemma, and one of them is the unplanned cancellation of vacation will kill the whole project. It will kill the whole project because the team members are disorganized. They are disorganized, so they can't settle at that time to produce the best work. Also, it can lead to a decline in the strength of the company. This still is due to the disorganization that comes in that time. Also, it results into producing a poor product. Maybe if you have any scenario that can fit in such a dilemma, before I proceed.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mitambo. Now, at my place of internship, I personally witnessed the manager asking consultants to cancel their plans, their vacation plans, in order to have a certain project milestone met. The company was trying to develop a project. I didn't really get the project that they were trying to develop, but I witnessed consultants being asked to cancel their vacation plans just to have the milestone of that project accomplished or met in a specified period of time. This was totally not nice because I saw the appearance and the reaction of the consultants. It was not really good, and I concluded that it was just because of poor planning. Cancelling a vacation, especially towards a festive season, is not nice because it is fun someone was going to have, which is not good. So it is better to deal with such things that are inconvenience other people always. That was just poor planning. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I will also take you through another ethical dilemma, and that is sweep it under the rug. For this case, I will give you a scenario like this normally happens in boys where they are in their dormitories having, let me say, lunch from there. They normally put after having their meals. It's just their habit that after having meals they are reluctant and They just need to put their dirty plates under their beddings. So, for the case of this dilemma, it's all about ignoring, let me say, unforeseen issues in a product, and the product is to be delivered in the shortest time. So maybe that's what I can talk about, that I can call upon for any case study.
Now, I think the case study we can look at under here is, let me see, the one of Nike, because everybody knows Nike. Nike has been dressing up football teams, producing jerseys, soccer boots, and all that. Most notably, the Arsenals, the Man U's. Yeah, everybody is a fan at one moment. So, in this project was called an integrated enterprise software system. It was meant to combine most systems that Nike uses in its sales. So what happened here is their development team, it is believed that they got to know about a glitch, okay, but because that glitch was coming in later at the development stage, they decided to ignore it, and therefore this company Nike had to see its profits drop by 100 million thanks to that glitch. So such scenarios really show you that sometimes companies do those things intentionally, which is a bit unethical, because they are not able to, or most of the time they have moved to other projects, and they cannot keep on working under the same project and taking charge of those issues. Like we said, we have major dilemmas sort of in number 9, and we've sort of narrowed them down. But to crown this all, let me invite some of my colleagues to go through the remaining dilemmas in a strong format, therefore.
Thank you, Oscar. As a software developer and an engineer, I know the importance of documenting what I do. And I'd like to call your attention on two situations where we do not understand the requirements of the user. User tells me something and I perceive it a different way, and I develop what I think. So I'm here to discuss non-diligence. It's a dilemma that is caused about misperception of requirements or bad documentation. Those are some of the causes. Let me draw your attention to a case study. We all know YouTube. YouTube is one of the biggest channels we know for videos, music, everything. Now, you'd expect something like YouTube to have filters of what they allow people to post and what they do not. In December last year, a video was recorded of a boy beating up a disabled man. Yes? Now, that video went viral, like everyone watched it, over 3 million views. And the people got concerned, so they took YouTube to court. Now, YouTube in its defense said that in the terms and conditions of having a YouTube account, you're not supposed to post videos of violence or nudity. But it was held that when a person is reading the terms and conditions of YouTube, they only tell you what you can do and what you cannot do. Yes? If I make a movie of mine and it is not very pleasing to the public, but I am using YouTube, I am paying YouTube to advertise it for me. That means I have not understood, YouTube did not understand what I want. Same thing, I did not understand what he did. Or anyone else have something to say? Oscar, what do you think?
No, I think that was a very perfect definition of non-diligence.
Maggie?
It was perfect.
You good?
Yeah.
You good? Okay. To conclude this all, I'm going to talk about our last dilemma, that is fictionware, or someone might call it vaporware. The difference between these two is vaporware, the product is actually not made. Yes? Now, in a case study of one of the biggest phone making companies, with Samsung and Apple, were in court over allegations that Samsung had stolen infringement designs of Apple and used them to make their Samsung Galaxy. Now, it was held that Samsung, the designs that were stolen from Apple, were not actually used in making the product. They were supposed to make a Galaxy Tab, a very, very big Galaxy Tab that looks like an iPad too, but they did not make it. So when Samsung was taken to court, the judge ruled that since Samsung did not actually make the product, it is not liable to penalty. It's not liable to any infringement. And well, that is all I had for you. Thank you for listening. Unless any of my colleagues have something to say as we conclude.
Thank you very much. Now, as we've talked about the very many dilemmas, we are thankful to the group. I'm thankful to the group. Thank you for your cooperation. And
but maybe to remind the viewers there, I think vaporware, is it Chiwani or? I think it's Chiwani. Yes. Yeah, in Uganda, we call it Chiwani. Yes. So Maggie is trying to conclude for us.
Thank you very much, Group 22. And we've talked about dilemmas. It is not just dilemmas. There are ways that have been come up with to deal with these dilemmas. There are codes of ethics that have been come up with to deal with these dilemmas. These codes of ethics deal with the way someone has to go about the different dilemmas that we've talked about. So we are thankful to the resources that we use. For example, Oscar, what resources did you?
No, all that comes from the will of God and prayers from the many viewers we have out there, and Google for their YouTube products. And we are thankful to the lecturer, Mr. Ernest Mwebaze. We are with you in prayers. Thank you very much for your work. I want to thank my group mates personally, Maggie, Sam, and Abbas. Any other thing to say as we wind up?
Thank you. This was group number 22. Bye.